Hi Scorpio, how are you? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Nina, otherwise known as Sinfulpluto, and today we are doing your love predictions for this Venus and Taurus transit. This may apply to Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so it might not apply to everyone, and that is okay. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest that doesn't. Also, these readings are not strictly romantic based. They can also relate to any interpersonal relationship that you have in your life, okay? It's not a strictly romantic thing. So yeah, if you like the video, if it resonates with you, give the video a thumbs up, comment down below, share with your friends, with your loved ones, and subscribe, hit the bell notification to know when I upload my videos. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at sinfulpluto.com, linked down below. And if you want to find me on social media, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Sinfulpluto. With that being said, my darlings, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm using the This Might Hurt Tarot. Again, it'll be linked down below. It's always linked down below. So let's go ahead and see what's going on for you. All right, Spirit, what's going on for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in love? Oh my God. Jesus Christ, dude. What's going on for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in love? So two cards fell out. We have the Lovers reversed. Okay, you could be dealing with a Gemini. Or there might be a clash in like values and philosophies and opinions and stuff. We have the Fool reversed. We have the Five of Swords reversed. Oof, I don't like that. Okay. We have the Eight of Swords. Four of Swords. King of Swords reversed. Ladies. Okay, we have the Page of Cups reversed, and under that is the Ace of Cups reversed. And then under that is the Four of Cups reversed. Okay. So there's a lot going on. So this Page of Cups could either be you or someone else. It could be the other person involved in this partnership, relationship, friendship, whatever this is. Whoever this Page of Cups is, this Page of Cups reverse talks about emotional inexperience, a emotional overload. Page of Cups reversed is, it reminds me of Piscean energy. Page of Cups reversed to me, well, Page of Cups in general is Piscean energy to me, like, it's not just reversed, but Page of Cups reversed is someone who is like very childish in their emotions. They can be very passive aggressive, maybe even emotionally manipulative in some way, whether they are conscious of it or not. This card can also signify just someone who's very kiddie with their emotions. Like, it's very childlike. It's very middle school, elementary school, the way in which they handle themselves, the way in which they handle their emotions. Kind of like bratty, woe is me sort of energy. They want everything. Passive aggressive, like I mentioned, like just that sort of stuff, right? So that's the energy with this Page of Cups reversed. It could be you, it could be another person, whatever it is, it's here, okay? So there's someone who seems to be acting this way. Maybe someone isn't speaking up for themselves, or maybe they find themselves like emotionally manipulating their partner to get what they want. And again, it might not be that they are conscious or aware of the fact that they are being manipulative in some way in order to get something out of the other person. But the thing that I see here is that first, with those Lovers reversed, okay, I keep on hearing regret. Like someone regretting getting into this friendship or getting into this relationship, or like they regret it because now they feel stuck, they don't like this, whatever this is, right? So anyways, there's that. I had to get that on my chest because it was a strong feeling that I was getting. The Lovers reversed can not only signify disharmony within a relationship, disharmony, not seeing eye to eye, not getting along, But it can also be that values and beliefs and opinions are not aligning right now. They're not aligning. It could be that when you met this person, maybe you had the same beliefs, or you thought that you had the same beliefs, values, morals, principles, whatever you want to call it, right? You may have believed, or you may have already, like, maybe it was actually true that you had the same, all of that. But it seems as though the longer that you are in this friendship or in this, whatever interpersonal relationship this is, it seems as though you might be realizing how different you and this person are in terms of values, beliefs, opinions, and so on and so forth. And it might be that you two are not getting along because of it. You two might be bickering due to a difference in opinions, whether it's like a political thing or not. It just seems as though there's a difference in there's just things aren't lining up between you and this person, is what it feels like anymore. And it might be causing a sense of disharmony. It might be causing some sort of clashing, butting heads. It might lead to some sort of argument, just picking things apart. It might lead to some sort of petty drama, because we also have this Five of Swords reversed, right? This talks about petty drama. If it's not a thing about opinions and beliefs and shit, this Lovers reverse and this Five of Swords reverse can also just signify petty drama being dragged out for way too long. With this Five of Swords reverse, this talks about the same thing coming up again and again and again in almost every single argument. It's like, let's say an argument happens, right? And it's about this one thing. And then you two talk it out, you hash everything out, and it's like, okay, cool, we're cool now. But then that person who started the argument brings it up again, and then they have to go through the entire cycle of settling it down, hashing everything out. And then once it's almost done, they bring it up again. That's what this feels like. And it could potentially be this Page of Cups reverse person who just keeps on bringing it up, either trying to make a point, either just reliving the past in some way. And it's emotionally draining. We have the Ace of Cups reverse. Someone is feeling emotionally depleted. They're fucking over it. Energies are scattered with this Four of Cups reverse. Energies are very scattered. And it just doesn't seem like a good vibe. It just doesn't seem like a good vibe. I'm going to be fucking honest with you. So that's what this looks like. It looks like petty drama and just things coming up over and over and over again, even though you may have already talked about it with this person. So there must, I guess that kind of begs the question of is there a bigger issue in all of this? What is causing this thing to continuously come back up again? If there's insecurity between you and this person, and if you've already talked about it, then that kind of begs the question, okay, well, why do I continuously bring it up again? Why am I still doing this? And I'm kind of reflecting on the whole thing and see what is still making you feel that way, and if you are still going to feel that way no matter how many discussions you two have, right? So there's that, right? There's this whole energy of just bringing things up again, only to hash them out, only to bring them up again. And so we have this Fool card reversed. There are two things that I get from this. One, it could be that this relationship was rushed. It was very impulsive, and it was very ASMR. I don't even think you could hear that. But with this Fool reverse, this kind of reads as just impulsively diving into something and blindly going into something without really getting to know the person. And I think that could potentially be part of why we have this disharmony and this butting of heads and this misalignment in beliefs and values and morals, because it's possible that you might not have taken enough time to really get to know the person and see if they believe the same things that you do, if you have the same fundamental beliefs and opinions and values and morals and shit. And so that could also be why there is disharmony, is impulsively getting yourself into something. With that being said, the Fool reversed, the reason why I was getting such a strong feeling of regret was because of this Fool reversed. I don't know why, but it just screamed regret to me for some reason. So that's kind of what this Fool card feels like, is someone feeling regretful, someone regretting having taken that jump, and someone now feels helpless, someone feels trapped within this dynamic. They feel powerless, they feel like they don't have a choice. It seems as though they feel that no matter what they say, they just can't seem to get out of this cycle. They can't seem to just let go of the arguments, to just let things go, to move forward, to move past, because it seems as though someone just keeps on bringing it back up, bringing it back up again and back up again and back up again, with no sort of solution or like progress to anything. So with this Eight of Swords, this just talks about someone who feels trapped and helpless, or even powerless in some way, feeling like no matter what they do, they'll just end up this way. Maybe they've like been conditioned to feel that no matter what they do, it's just not going to work out for them. They're not going to end up victorious. And so they kind of just end up being very passive, feeling really hopeless, and kind of just like letting life happen to them. Again, whether it's you or another person, couldn't tell you. That's up to you to see. But with this Eight of Swords, this is a reminder that whoever is feeling this way, they are not powerless. They are not helpless. They do have a choice. They can change the way in which things are going. They can stop playing the role that they have been playing within this dynamic, within this friendship, within whatever situation this is. They can do that, but it's going to require disengagement. It's going to require disengagement and completely just just no longer playing the role that they have been playing, which is either continuously apologizing to this person who has been like just been dragging things out, right? It's just disengagement, complete disengagement. Again, whether this means just like not giving into the role, not playing that role anymore, and saying, you know what, I'm going to play a different role. I'm not going to continue feeding into this pattern. I'm going to do something differently, okay? That's what this Four of Swords reads as, is just disconnecting from the situation, taking some time alone to really think things through, to really figure out, okay, what do I want to do about this? Because right now, it doesn't seem like I have a game plan. King of Swords reversed. It doesn't seem like I have a game plan right now. So what can I do to create a game plan? What can I do to get myself out of the situation? What can I do to liberate myself from this mentality, from feeling like a victim, or feeling helpless, or feeling like I don't have a choice, or feeling like have been robbed of my free will? What can I do? So this is what this Four of Swords and this King of Swords reverse is basically talking about, is completely detaching from the situation, taking some time off, and like minimizing communication for a bit to figure things out, to strategize, and to find ways to no longer play that role that they have been giving into for so long, and that this other person has been pushing them to continue playing for however long. With the King of Swords reversed also, this just, again, it just talks about complete emotional disengagement, because this Page of Cups reversed wants that. They want to see you feeling guilty. They want to see you, not you specifically, but this Page of Cups reversed wants to see their partner feel guilty and apologize to them and like say like, oh, I'm sorry. I would never do that to you again. You know, I'm so sorry. I'm such a terrible person for having done this to you, or having done this in the past, even though it never like involved you, or like, I'm so sorry for whatever happened, even though it might not have been my fault in the first place, or it was never a personal thing, or whatever the case is, right? This Page of Cups reverse like wants their partner to apologize for something that either they may not have done, or just completely did not involve them in whatever way, right? So the King of Swords reversed, this King of Swords reversed and the Four of Swords really, to me, just reads as like completely emotionally shutting off and no longer feeding into this other person's emotions, no longer like feeding this person what they want emotionally, and like no longer feeding into the guilt, no longer feeding into the guilt tripping, whatever is going on. And King of Swords reversed just like completely shuts off, like they glaze over the eyes and like, okay. And just not feeding into it, just not giving into it anymore. Of course, it's easier said than done, but through having through minimizing contact or communication in some way, Four of Swords, right? And being able to build a plan, being able to figure out what to do, what to say, when to do it, when to say it, and that sort of thing. It allows some time. It allows you to basically get out of the situation if that is what this person ultimately wants. Whoever has been feeling trapped, if that's what they ultimately want, then, you know, of course. Yeah, so that's kind of what it seems like here, Scorpio. Whether this is you or another person, this spread kind of just reads as no longer giving into the BS, no longer giving into the guilt tripping. And it seems as though there may need to be a sense of complete disengagement and taking some time for solitude to really figure things out, because whatever sort of emotional manipulation is going on here, it's not cute. And it seems as though it's only going to continue as long as this person who feels trapped kind of continues playing the role that this Page of Cups reversed expects them to. Does that kind of make sense? As long as they can continue bringing up stuff from the past or just bringing up certain things and trying to guilt trip and just being a jerk, it just seems as long as things are done the same, if nothing is done differently, it feels as though the potential of things repeating themselves, of history repeating itself, is a lot more likely. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. I hope this was helpful. I hope that you were able to get something out of this. Let me know in the comments down below if you were able to. And with that being said, I'll talk to you later. Bye.